Imagine Earth half a billion years ago, when continents were drifting and life was just beginning its wild experiment. In the Cambrian period, the seas teemed with strange new creatures, some beautiful, some bizarre, and some terrifying. Our story begins with the discovery of Nektognathus evasmithae, a predator that rewrites what we know about early life. This ancient hunter, a ghost from a lost world, swam the oceans over 518 million years ago. For decades, its fossils whispered secrets from the deep past, their true identity locked in stone. But science, ever patient, pieced together the clues. The story of Nektognathus is a journey of discovery, how a few fossils can force us to rethink the dawn of complex ecosystems. 518 million years ago, there were no dinosaurs, no plants on land, just drama beneath the waves. In that underwater theater, Nektognathus was a star, an apex predator in its realm. Its existence proves the evolutionary arms race was already underway, driving life to become faster, smarter, and more complex. Our search for answers takes us to the remote, frozen landscapes of North Greenland. Here, ancient rocks preserve a time capsule of Cambrian life. It was in these rocks that scientists unearthed the first clues of Nektognathus. They found an animal both familiar and alien, a discovery that opened a new chapter in the story of life on Earth. This wasn't just another extinct species, it was a missing piece of the evolutionary puzzle. Nektognathus challenges our understanding of early predators and the origins of complex ecosystems. Its story is a reminder, the past is full of surprises waiting to be uncovered, and sometimes a single fossil can change everything. Our story's setting is Sirius Passet, a fossil site in the far north of Greenland. Today it's a harsh, icy wilderness, but 518 million years ago it was a warm, shallow sea near the equator. This basin was a cradle of early animal life, with perfect conditions for fossil preservation. When creatures died, they sank into oxygen-poor mud, preserving not just shells but even soft tissues. Sirius Passet is what paleontologists call a Lagerstatt, a rare, high-definition snapshot of ancient ecosystems. Here we see delicate antennae, soft-bodied worms, and even internal organs frozen in time. Discovered in the 1980s by geologists mapping rocks, Sirius Passet quickly became a magnet for paleontologists. Each expedition is a battle against the elements, but every fossil is a piece of a giant puzzle. Among the trilobites and sponges, scientists found impressions of a sleek, streamlined animal, Nektognathus. At first, the fossils were just fragments, their story incomplete, but even these hints suggested a unique predator, unlike anything else in the Cambrian seas. The rocks of Sirius Passet held their secret, waiting for the right eyes and technology to reveal the truth. This site is more than a fossil bed, it's a window into a lost world. And it's here that the mystery of Nektognathus began to unfold. Every fossil from Sirius Passet brings us closer to understanding the Cambrian explosion. And Nektognathus is one of its most extraordinary revelations. When Nektognathus fossils were first studied, scientists guessed it was an early cephalopod, a relative of squids and octopuses. The streamlined body and apparent fins seemed to fit, and the idea of a Cambrian cephalopod was thrilling. For years this was the accepted story, Nektognathus, a primitive cephalopod filed away in textbooks. But paleontology is detective work, and new fossils from Sirius Passet began to challenge this view. Advanced imaging revealed details that didn't fit the cephalopod mold. The shell wasn't quite right, and there were other, stranger features. The more scientists looked, the shakier the cephalopod hypothesis became. Science thrives on questioning old ideas, and new evidence demanded a fresh look. Researchers used cutting-edge technology to peer inside the fossils. What they found was astonishing. Large, complex eyes, fearsome grasping spines, and internal anatomy unlike any mollusk. The evidence pointed elsewhere. Nektognathus was not a cephalopod. Instead, it was a relative of the arrowworms, or Nektognaths, a group of modern, small marine predators. The case of mistaken identity was solved, and the story of Nektognathus took a dramatic turn. This discovery shows how science evolves. New tools, new fossils, new answers. Nektognathus wasn't just another Cambrian oddity, it was something far stranger. Its true identity forces us to rethink the early history of predators. And it reminds us that the fossil record still holds many surprises. Sometimes the biggest discoveries come from looking again. Nektognathus is proof that even the oldest mysteries can be solved, and that the story of life is always being rewritten. The Cambrian seas were stranger than we ever imagined. One of the most startling features of Nektognathus was its eyes. Unlike the simple eyes of most Cambrian creatures, Nektognathus had large, sophisticated camera-type eyes, much like our own. These eyes had a scleral ring and a likely retina, showing a level of complexity rare for its time. This is convergent evolution in action. Two unrelated groups, vertebrates and Nektognathus, independently evolving similar solutions for vision. For a predator, sharp eyesight was a game-changer, spotting prey, judging distance, and hunting with precision. Nektognathus was not a blind ambusher, it was a visual hunter, actively scanning the water for movement. The presence of such advanced eyes pushes back the timeline for complex vision in animal evolution. The Cambrian seas were already a world where seeing and being seen meant survival. These eyes gave Nektognathus depth perception, crucial for striking at prey. It was a predator built for the hunt, with vision as its primary weapon. The evolution of powerful eyes was a key driver in the Cambrian arms race. Nektognathus was a master hunter, built for stealth and sudden attack. Its long, streamlined body, up to 30 centimeters, let it glide silently through the water. Fins along its sides and a tail fin gave it speed and agility. Its head was armed with sharp, curved, grasping spines, perfect for snatching prey. When a victim came close, Nektognathus would lunge, spines snapping shut like a bear trap. Fossil evidence even shows the remains of prey inside its gut, a direct snapshot of its predatory lifestyle. This was one of the first large, free-swimming carnivores in the fossil record. Nektognathus didn't wait for food to come to it, it actively hunted in open water. Its combination of stealth, speed, and specialized weaponry made it a top predator. This new kind of hunter changed marine ecosystems, forcing prey to evolve better defenses. Nektognathus was a key player in the Cambrian arms race. One of the strangest features of Nektognathus was its nervous system. Unlike most animals, its main nerve center, a large ventral ganglion, was in its trunk, not its head. This belly brain controlled its powerful swimming and hunting movements. Modern arrowworms share this design, but finding it in a Cambrian giant was a revelation. The ventral ganglion is clearly visible in some fossils, confirming its identity. This arrangement allowed Nektognathus to be a highly effective predator. It shows that evolution experimented with different ways to wire a body. The head-centric brain isn't the only path to complexity. Nektognathus is proof that alternative designs can be just as successful. Evolution's creativity is on full display in this ancient hunter. The unmasking of Nektognathus is a triumph of scientific teamwork. Led by Dr. Jakob Winther and an international team, researchers braved Arctic conditions to collect and study the fossils. They used advanced imaging and chemical analysis to reveal details missed for decades. 33 specimens were examined, some more complete than ever before. The team traced the nervous system, confirmed the eyes, and even identified the animal's last meal. Their findings were published in a leading scientific journal after rigorous peer review. This is how science works: evidence, collaboration, and open minds. The story of Nektognathus is a testament to persistence and curiosity. Without these efforts, its secrets might have remained buried forever. Science thrives on discovery, and on rewriting the story when new evidence demands it. The re-identification of Nektognathus changes everything we thought about Cambrian oceans. For years, arthropods like Anomalocaris were seen as the top predators. But Nektognathus, from a completely different lineage, reveals a more complex food web. Its discovery rewrites the evolutionary history of both cephalopods and arrowworms. Cephalopods may have evolved later than we thought, while arrowworms once included giants. Today's arrowworms are tiny, but their ancestors were apex predators. Nektognathus shows that evolutionary history is full of surprises. Giant forms can shrink, and small survivors can have epic pasts. The Cambrian world was dynamic, competitive, and full of evolutionary innovation. Predators and prey were locked in a dance of adaptation, driving the explosion of diversity. Nektognathus, with its advanced eyes and belly brain, was a lead player in this drama. Its story forces us to reconsider the roles of different animal groups in early ecosystems. The Cambrian explosion wasn't just about new body plans, it was about new ways to live, hunt, and survive. Nektognathus is a symbol of that creative chaos. The story of Nektognathus reminds us, the past is never fully written, For every fossil found, countless more remain hidden, waiting to reshape our understanding. Sites like Sirius Passae are precious windows into lost worlds, and every discovery brings new questions. Science is about looking again, questioning and embracing new evidence. Nektognathus's journey, from misidentified fossil to Cambrian apex predator, shows the power of curiosity and persistence. Evolution's creativity is boundless, and the ocean of discovery is endless. As long as we keep searching, the Earth will keep revealing its secrets. The story of life is far from over, and the next chapter is waiting in stone.